topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Ask the Expert Show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV, where we bring you educational information from experts on such topics as legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Now sit back and listen to our experts in community association law, estate planning law, tax relief, Medicare, public insurance adjusters, neuropathy treatment, business brokers, and personal injury law, along with many other topics. Now here's your host for the last 17 years, Steve O.
Noon, San Diego, and I have to say today, Southern California. And the reason why is right before we went on the air, I got a text from the marketing department at TikTok, and it's mainly they looked at, because they see every show that's done on there. They did the same thing that I did when I saw the like numbers for our show last month with Longevity Lounge. I had to do a double take, like, what? And I said, that can't be right. But they said, the only thing is we're going to run the show all this week, but if you don't mind, we'd like to hear about their services. And I said, I don't think Rachel's going to mind that. And I'm looking at, we haven't started the show yet, and I'm looking at TikTok under likes, because we started promoting this 2 days ago. We're already at 1.1. I don't know what that, I know it means 1,100 and something. It just gives us 1.1K. Amazing. We're just starting the show. Let me welcome you to our expert, Rachel Ellis. She's the owner of Longevity Lounge. Good afternoon, Rachel.
Hi, Steve. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me.
It is great to have you. Now, you're in the San Diego area, right?
Yes, a block from the ocean. It's beautiful here.
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm in South Florida, so I know what that's like. Tell me something, because people have been writing. Do you get clients in from outside of San Diego? Like, you're in Southern
Absolutely.
California.
Yeah, we actually, have you heard of this thing called there's medical tourism, right? But a lot of people, and medical tourism is where people will fly somewhere to get something done medically or aesthetically, like a facelift. But there's also wellness retreats, and a lot of people will come to San Diego and they will put together, with our help, usually a wellness retreat. So they might come for a long weekend, a Friday to a Monday, and we will have 2 to 3 days of wellness experiences for them, depending on their goals. This could be they want to jumpstart their weight loss program, or they're trying to totally revamp some lifestyle habits. Like some people are trying to get off of sugar or caffeine or tobacco or alcohol or something like that. And they want to do it, one, with detox support, but also in an environment that is going to sort of compensate for the discomfort of lifestyle changes, the withdrawals. So you're in a beautiful environment here in San Diego, and you're getting body work. We're opening all the detox pathways, which is our specialty, so as the body is going through all of these chemical changes, we're supporting people at every stage of that. So yeah, people from all over the world have come and visited us at Longevity Lounge. We love that.
So we already had 2 men wrote already wanting to know, do men use your services?
Yeah. If you have a body, you can use our services.
That's a great way to put it. Rachel, how long have you been doing this?
We've been in business here at this location for 10 years. I've been in the business for 14.
I got to tell you, I'm looking I don't mean to keep looking over. We have our 70 platforms here on my laptop, and I have to do TikTok separate. We're at 1.3 thousand likes already. So what I want to do is I really want to focus today on, do you consider yourself a wellness center, a med spa? How do you identify?
I would say all of the above. More wellness, less medical, although we do have a licensed medical director who oversees our medical treatments. The big distinction is we really try and work with the person's body holistically. So some of that falls under the medical category, like our nutritional IVs. So we're trying to help people from the inside out, and sometimes they need some extra hydration, some nutrients, some vitamins. That would be considered medical. But the other treatments are more wellness focused, where we're just optimizing the ideal functionality of a person's body. Because in a perfect world, our bodies shouldn't need anything, right? Like, we're not overly stressed. We get great sleep. Our nutrition is perfect. We're exercising. We're out in nature. We're having fun all the time. That would be perfect, but we live in the real world, and there are environmental toxins, there's stress, there's lifestyle things that we do because they're fun. And that adds stressors and burdens to the body. And our wellness programs address those kinds of things naturally. So, for example, if a person feels like they have poor circulation, we can help them with optimize their lymphatic system, which is circulatory element of the immune system. That is how our body cleans and regenerates its cells. So that's one example of something that our body does on its own, but sometimes we need extra support, just like everything in life. So if a person is feeling low immunity, extra stress, maybe they're retaining water, they think they're gaining weight. A lot of times people that think they're gaining weight are actually just holding on to fluid, and that's a lymphatic issue. So that's one of the things that would fall under the wellness center category. But I would say, to answer your question, we're all of the above. We customize things as needed.
Well, you brought up IV therapy. You do different types of IV therapy. Can you kind of tell us what an IV therapy is?
Yeah, so an IV is what most people are familiar with. Like, if anyone goes to the hospital, the first thing that's going to happen as their vitals are getting taken is they're going to usually get a hydration bag. So that's going to be saline solution. So at med spas like ours, we're going to customize that for people. It's going to be a bag of hydration, which is saline nutrients plus added vitamins. It might be B vitamins, B complex, extra vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, calcium, all the things that most of us walk around depleted in life, because stress and lifestyle depletes these nutrients. Alcohol, caffeine, dehydration, all of that. So it's like a transfusion of life force, because we're hydrating you in a way that you can't hydrate just by drinking extra water. These saline solutions mixed with vitamins are really usable for the body. So it's not actually very exotic. It's most people are familiar with it, but we do customize the formulas for people as they need.
Everybody's asking, how often do you need to have it done?
It depends on the person. We have people that will come in before business trips, before traveling. We have people that'll come in if they feel like they're getting sick. So certainly as needed. If you feel like you've been exposed to someone, I always get an IV after I've been on an airplane, because we're just in a petri dish of germs in those environments in the airports. Some people will come in monthly. We have monthly memberships where a person will come in and they'll choose whatever they feel like they need that day, but that's just their monthly protocol, is to get a deep infusion of some of the things they know they're not getting from their diets.
Well, I was kind of try to save this for last, but we're getting so many people writing about the GP1 injection.
Yeah.
LP, because there's so many, I think there's so much misinformation out there. I
Mhm.
see all the time on the internet, oh, you could get this, you could contact this. And I've been doing it for a year, never had a problem. Never.
Mhm. Yeah, I think the GLPs are a miracle. They're helping so many people. Of course, there are always side effects with anything. So it depends on the individual, but most of these side effects are really manageable. As long as you have someone coaching you or guiding you, you can generally work through the side effects with dosage changes, with supplementation, with hydration, with digestion support. The most common side effects are GI related because one of the big mechanisms of actions with these peptides is it slows down gastric emptying. So that can cause some tummy upset for people. And if that's the case, usually it happens only in the beginning. For some people that are really sensitive, if they continue to have side effects, the dosage can be lowered or there can be other things given. Some prescribers will prescribe Zofran for the first month, which is an anti-nausea medication. That's an injection or an oral supplement. So I would say for people that are concerned about side effects, yes, there can be some, but the benefits are so great for most people that they're willing to work through it with their provider. Um, and not everything works for every person. So it may be that there are some people out there that just aren't a great candidate for GLP peptides, but for the most part, I think they're amazing. And we're seeing not just weight loss with them, but a lot of chronic conditions reversing themselves. We can't use the word cure because it hasn't been established to be a cure for these things. But people that have prediabetes, autoimmune conditions, chronic pain, just strange lingering symptoms are a lot of times they're just going away, which is a nice little anecdotal impact that we're all paying attention to. And so what that tells us is there's more to these peptides than just weight loss, and the upside could really be huge.
You and I have talked about this on previous shows. I am going to tell you what Rachel's telling you is so true because I was I think it's type 4 kidney failure,
Mhm.
which is the worst. My doctor told me, he said, we can't make you better, but we can try to keep you from making it worse. Since I went on, I did Ozempic,
Mhm.
I am now stage 3. And my
Mm.
doctor is like, I can't believe it. And we're hearing all kind of stories like that, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, and congratulations. That's awesome. Keep
Yes.
going.
Yes,
Um,
of course. If it didn't make me lose weight, I'd stay on it because how important. And I was afraid of the shot. Okay. I'm a big sissy. And I got to tell folks, you know what? When I inject myself, I actually have to look down to make sure I've injected. You just don't feel it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really teeny injection. It's they call them they're insulin needles. So
Yes.
this is when people were having to inject themselves with insulin before we had other things like insulin, automatic insulin pumps for people. This was something that people had to do every day. So
Yes, that's
if you're
right.
afraid of needles, a lot of people are. Um, Give it a try. It's not as scary as it sounds, but yeah, like exactly what you just said. We're seeing a lot of amazing outcomes with these peptides, and just like anything, they can be abused in that we need to do all the things around the lifestyle that caused the condition in the first place. This just makes it easier. So take the win with the big support that the GLP offers, and then work with your provider, your nutritionist, your coach, whoever is supporting you with these the peptides. and make sure you're getting enough hydration and proper protein and moving your body. And if you implement those things, then the results are going to be exponential. You're not just going to get some weight loss. You're going to get more longevity. You're going to add more quality and length to your life, because you're going to be supporting your mitochondria. You're going to be supporting your detox pathways. You're going to be taking off the burden of being overweight. It's healing insulin insensitivity. So yes, it's a miracle. And also the more you respect this miracle with the lifestyle changes, the more there's going to be a lasting impact. And you can potentially lower your dosage over time. I know some people that cycle on and off of it because they got great results. They don't want to be on the peptide for the rest of their lives. And so because they've made these lifestyle changes, their lifestyle can support their results without having to have the injection at the same schedule that they would before. So they might do 3 months on, 3 months off. I don't recommend that people just do that. Do talk to your provider, talk to your doctor or your med spa, and they will support you in that. But because these things are getting so popular, some of these alternate dosing schedules are coming out, and I think it's really worth paying attention to.
Yeah. Here we've got, this is from Renee in La Jolla. That's in your part of the woods.
Yeah.
She said, I found your show last month. I normally only listen or watch podcasts for 4 or 5 minutes. Yours, I couldn't stop watching it. I'm back again for more. I want to know, do you offer any classes? And I know stress is really important with weight gain. Do you offer anything for stress?
So we don't do classes. I would love to do classes at some point. Maybe we'll start doing something online because we do get asked a lot. We don't have the space for classes right now. But regarding stress relief, I think it's huge. I think that's probably the biggest lever that you can pull to have the greatest impact in your life. Regarding stress relief, meditation, guided meditation, quieting your mind, mindfulness, all of that is probably as important as nutrition, in my opinion. Being in our neighborhood, La Jolla, Pacific Beach, San Diego in general, there are so many places, yoga places, sound healing places, meditation rooms. Any one of those places would be great. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be every day, but anything you can do to quiet your mind, even if it's for 5 minutes, is going to make an impact for you.
It's so hard with everything going on in the world. I tell people, stop watching TV is a good start.
Yeah.
So you do what's called a Myers cocktail.
Yeah.
What is that?
Doesn't that sound delicious for happy hour?
It does.
Yeah. We actually do have IV happy hours on occasion. So Myers cocktail is an old school recipe for an IV that was created by a doctor, I don't know, 45 or 50 years ago.
Wow.
And he would treat all of his patients with a Myers cocktail when they came in with flu-like symptoms, cold-like symptoms, just fatigue, exhaustion, all of that. And it's high doses of vitamin C. It's all the B vitamins, B complex, magnesium, calcium, zinc in a big 1,000 ml bag of hydration. And you sit in a restful environment for about 45 minutes to an hour. It's a nice slow drip, so you don't even feel it. And you're just filling up your reserves, so that that hydration is it's charged with these electrolytes and these minerals. So that's the big difference between hydrating at that level and just drinking water. So drinking water, yes, definitely important. But we need our water to be charged with electrolytes so that it can conduct inside of our body. So we are infusing you with electrolyte and mineral rich vitamin water.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I'm curious because you were in business during COVID.
Yeah,
Did you use any of the IVs to help with COVID?
absolutely. Yeah, that was
Because you
huge.
said zinc. One of them had zinc in it, and that's
Mhm.
was one of the things doctors are telling us to take.
Yeah, I wish the world knew this pre-COVID because there was a mad scramble during COVID, wasn't there? Like, what do we do not just to reduce the impact when you get COVID, but to prevent the likelihood of contracting it. So all of us in the wellness community were swapping tricks and ideas on how to protect ourselves because we closed for the first 2 months of COVID, but then we opened to some degree for our medical side, and with social distancing and masks and temperature taking and all of that. But yes, zinc, vitamin C, hydration, that was all major. And the people that knew that did very well. And when people got COVID, if they were able to get an IV drip, add some glutathione, add some red light, it reduced the length and the severity of the virus.
I'm going to share something with you also. I hope TikTok does not mind, but I'm going to say this because you brought it up. So I got COVID not once, but twice.
Mm,
Really bad the first time, but the second time, someone said, I want you to go to this clinic and they will knock it right out of you.
mhm.
And I was a little leery, but they called it a cocktail. And it had zinc, vitamin C. Rachel, I'm going to tell you something. The next day, I've never felt so good in my life.
Mhm.
It was amazing. So I understand where
Yeah.
you're coming from.
Yeah, you were probably depleted in these things before you got the virus, and that's what made you more susceptible to it. So, lesson learned for most of us to work on prevention. An ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. What's that statement? Um, you know what I'm trying to
I know
say.
what you mean. I want to get this in because what is a NAD? NAD.
NAD. Yeah, so NAD is a master antioxidant. Our livers already produce NAD. It's basically the youth peptide. So for anti-aging, for people interested in fertility, for people that feel like they had a lot of stressful events that caused cellular stress, a lot of our service members that lived on a ship for 9 months at a time,
Mm.
like they want to reverse the cellular impact of these stressors. So NAD is our number one antioxidant infusion. It's super popular. So you can come get an NAD IV, or you can, if you don't want to be here for 90 minutes doing an IV drip, you can do NAD injections. So that's just in the muscle. It's a needle that our nurse administers, and it's a smaller dose. You could do that once a week if you want to, and that's just going to boost up your antioxidant reserves, and it's going to trigger your liver to create more NAD itself.
Your show goes by so fast. I was just looking at the clock, and I had so many questions here. But the good thing is, Rachel's going to be back with us next month.
Yes.
And I just looked at TikTok. We just went over 3,000 likes. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Rachel. How
Thanks,
can
guys.
people reach you?
You can find us online, longevityloungespa.com, Longevity Lounge Spa on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Google Longevity Lounge in San Diego. We're everywhere.
I got to say, this lady just wrote, if I come to your spa, will I look as good as you?
You'll look amazing.
I didn't want to embarrass you at all. Rachel, thank you so much. We will see you next month. And I'm so excited. The show's going to be running throughout the week on TikTok. Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, everyone.
That's Rachel Ellis, Longevity Lounge. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we've got a great show for you on if you're in the New Jersey area, estate planning. We're going to go to break. We will be right back.
Thanks for tuning in today to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in next week and every week to hear more from our experts on personal injury, insurance, air condition repairs, estate planning, Medicare, and many other topics in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. See you next week.